Welcome back, dear viewers. You're still watching The Breakfast Show live on Nile TV International. It's now time for our first topic of discussion for today, and we're going to be tackling the national plan for the development of the villages, as we have clearly seen in the report that we have just aired. And the development targets villages and rural areas nationwide in 26 government races across the country. And this is part, of course, of the presidential initiative of Decent Life led by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. And to shed more light on this topic, we're most delighted to be joined over the phone by Dr. Zeinab Nawar, a professor of economics. A very good morning, Dr. Zeinab.
Hi, good morning.
Well, Doctor, first of all, if you can tell us more about the importance of launching this very important initiative targeting the development of villages and rural areas across the country.
Actually, the importance of developing the Egyptian villages, as we talk about the scale of the project, which is a big scale, which is contains approximately all the villages and needed. The importance of this, because we are suffering in these poor villages and these poor areas of Egypt with a high poverty rate, and we all know what poverty rate is bringing into the community. And we're talking about terrorism and fighting social diseases. So we have to start by developing the Egyptian villages. If we are talking about creating jobs, looking for more opportunities, and increasing the standards of living of people who are living in these villages. So of course the initiative of course will play a big role in this. The quality of services and what the initiative is presenting in terms of services, especially if we talk about the roads between the poor villages, this is very important because of the transportation of the farmers and the producers from a village to another, and also the type of services in terms of providing all the types of infrastructure projects in terms of roads, electricity, gas pipelines, and also all the types of the educational and the health services, and also trying to look for the needs of the people in these areas, and they will ask them what type of project that they do need, and the initiative will work on it. So I see it as an excellent initiative and an excellent project, and I see that the implementation will be good based on the scale of cooperation between different authorities and also NGOs, and I hope that there is what we see a good type of organization between all of these members and all of these authorities. So at the end, we want this initiative to succeed, and we want what we say, that the Egyptians that are living in these areas, that we would like their lives to be better, and also they should enjoy a better standard of living, of course.
Dr. Zeinab, don't you think that the enormous scale of this project or development plan poses a major challenge for the government?
Yeah, actually, I see also, I do share with you this idea, because of course, if we talk about this big number of villages, when we talk about the mother villages and also the satellite villages and the linkage between these types of villages, and also the big scale of services that will be provided, it needs a lot of cooperation between the different authorities involved in this project. And also, one of the challenging things that how these authorities will organize the work of the NGOs, what the NGOs is going to do exactly, how they can use the youth in these villages and areas to support them. Yes, the scale and of the project, and also the number of authorities involved, and all of this, it needs a very, very organized and a high degree, at the highest level of organization between them. So this is one of the challenging issues. I think that those who are concerned with this project and this initiative, if we talk about the operational level, of course, they have to focus on this, and they have to put the proper plans with proper organization, and also it has to have a very high level of communication between all of these levels and all of these concerned parties. So we do hope that things will go well, and I think that they're very managed to do this type of organization and communication between all of these different authorities and parties, because at the end, we want as Egyptians for this initiative to succeed.
Yes, this brings me to my next question, a follow-up question, Dr. Zeinab. How do you assess the collaboration of the different governmental entities and institutions in working together towards achieving this ambitious goal of transforming the lives of millions of vulnerable Egyptians to have a decent life, as per se, as the initiative is called, led by the president, is called Decent Life?
Yes, you are saying about how they would work on this?
How they would collaborate or work together.
How they do this? First, number one, each authority, they should know exactly what is its role. This is very important for each authority to know exactly its role in this project. This is number one. Number two, to assign, or at least to determine and to know what the resources is required based on their function that they will do in this initiative. This is number two. Number three, there should be what we call a coordinator or a team of coordination from each authority and ministry. They should coordinate with the different team in the other ministry. And they should also be on the top, on the highest level of a good communication. Before the communication also is the plan. For this type, Mr. Karim, for this type of big project, there should be a comprehensive plan where each and every party and every authority knows its role, determine and put its resources, and also to put the level of organization and coordination and how they will coordinate. And also to these authorities, they should plan all together how they are going to go to the field, how they are going to do their part in the implementation of the project, who is going to finance, from where they will get the finance, and in step number one in the project, who will be involved, and when he will start, and when he is going to finish, and then step number two, who is going to be involved when he's going to start and when he's going to finish, and then what are the involved parties. If a certain ministry is going to work with a number of NGOs, the ministry should also organize its own resources and should organize its parties in this project, and also to put their roles and to put, they should agree with a proper plan on each and every step. It should be a comprehensive plan, involve all the different parties with timeline, agreed timeline, which is very important, and agreed steps and agreed jobs. This is at least the beginning to guarantee the success of the initiative. The planning and the organization, knowing the resources, a proper timeline, and stick with this timeline. This timeline should be linked with the finance. I think this is the base that we can start with for the authorities to coordinate with each other, and I think that they should have done so.
Yes, Dr. Zeinab, also what about the role of NGOs?
The goal of NGOs, you should build a lot on the NGOs. Why the NGOs are important? Because the NGOs, they are with people in these villages. Sometimes it's not easy for you, if you are going to come from the central level, to know the details of the community unless you are living with them. Mm-hmm. So the NGOs are living, and actually they are people from the village, and then they organize or they just build this NGO, and they are working there, whether on social, economic activities. So once you go to the NGOs and you just have to, and you speak with them, and you try to attract them into the project, providing, of course, incentives for them to work with you. This is very important because from the NGO, you will see the people of the village and you will see their actual needs.
Mm-hmm. Dr. Zeinab, also aside from punctuality and timeliness, what do you think are the other key aspects to guarantee the success of this initiative?
One of the important key aspects, and I saw it when I used to work in this type of project 10 years ago. A key aspect to that, you need to understand carefully the needs of the people in the villages. You need to talk also with the people who are living in these villages to know what exactly their needs. Because sometimes you are receiving wrong indicators or wrong information. So the field work is very important in this initiative. Unless you don't have a proper field work, I think things are not going to be in the right direction.
Also, Dr. Zeinab, how do you think that this initiative can contribute to changing the face of Egypt completely in the near future?
This is a very big question because if we are just thinking that after 3 years, if this initiative had actually succeeded in providing a portion from the services, I hope that to provide all these types of services, which I do wish that this will be happening. Of course, if you think about a village when there is a better educational services, also because some of the parts of some of the activities of the initiative is to work on increasing the efficiency of educational and health units, which is very important to providing services and better services to the poor. So we can imagine how they can get a better educational and health services. The quality of roads, when we have a better quality of roads, so people can move easily. What else? Also providing sewage services and drinking water services. So you are talking about creating and making the lives of the Egyptians there better, creating more opportunities and creating more jobs. So definitely this will increase and will do a lot in terms of enhancement of the standard of living of Egyptians and also creating opportunities and jobs. This all will create more, if we are going to look for the future, more jobs, more work, and more opportunities for jobs, so more jobs, more development, and this is what we want to happen for Egypt. We want for the face of Egypt to be in this type of phase that we are working on developing the humans and developing and enhancing also the lives of the Egyptians, and this is the lives of the Egyptians, and this is what we wanted to be happening in Egypt, and this is a need for all of us, and this is also an important need for the poor in Egypt.
Dr. Zeinab, I would like to listen to your closing remarks as we're wrapping up.
My closing remark is this, that I see that this initiative is an excellent effort, and I hope that this initiative will go well in the implementation. And I would say that for Egypt and for any initiative that works on Egyptian villages and also on poor villages, the implementation and the proper implementation is the most important thing for the success of this initiative.
Dr. Zeinab Nawar, Professor of Economics, really appreciate your insights and your contribution on the Breakfast Show live on Nile TV International. And dear viewers, by this we come to the end of this segment, and we still have a lot more coming up on the Breakfast Show. Just a quick break and we'll be back to resume the Breakfast Show live on Nile TV International.